This is Brandon, I'm Sarah, and of course, our beloved Aiko. Frustrated by the ever-increasing cost of living, we sold everything, went out on a limb, and left our traditional life on land behind. We built a new kind of dream together, and have been living full-time in our homemade slice of paradise ever since. We are always learning new ways to navigate this unique life off the grid and on the water, so grab a drink and join us for the ever-evolving adventure that is keeping afloat. Welcome back, y'all. After wrapping up our full renovation of the land-based roundhouse we just opened up on the vacation rental market, we're finally back on the water full-time and focusing our attention on the two brand new floating cabins we've got going on across the lake. We're looking to sell both of these boathouses by the start of the summer, but whether or not you might be a potential buyer, this unique building journey is going to be worth a watch. A couple months ago, after demolishing the original structures associated with the floating cabin permits we purchased, we began to rebuild them anew. That is, of course, bigger and better. And to make that happen before the lake rises back up and these cabins start floating at the end of the month, we've got all hands on deck. So far, we've shared the demo process, the dock builds, and the beginning stages of the wall framing for one of the houses. But a lot has happened since our last update, and we're so excited to catch y'all up to speed. In addition to tons of progress on the overall framework of both houses, we're also diving into the utility side of things as the electrical wiring and off-grid solar systems start taking shape. Now, let's pick back up where we left off and get right into it, shall we? They are so fast. I'm just consistently blown away by the progress made, so check it out. We've got front door installed, some windows going on. Looks like all the windows on like the primary level are in. And then starting on the second one, kind of just rinsing and repeating here. It is amazing how much smaller this one feels, simply because it doesn't have the walls framed out and whatnot. Like it never ceases to amaze me how much adding walls makes something feel bigger. It's so counterintuitive because these are pretty much the exact same square footage. I mean, it's like 25 difference or something like that. That one feels so much bigger. So excited for the walls to get framed out before long in here. Morning.
Anything going on here?
Yeah, we're rolling. We're about to just got the lights left, so
Okay.
everything else is linked up as of right now.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's Jericho on that layout, because it's got a need coming in.
Okay. Still waiting on your bid?
Yeah, I hope they get it this week because I have all the tools for the metal there.
Oh shit.
Everything's looking really good.
Thank you.
Y'all doing all right?
Yeah.
Having fun?
A little.
A little.
What's up?
What's up?
Hello.
Hello.
Look at your dogs.
So we've got windows in now. That's done. We're going up siding next. We're waiting on that siding. Sucks. so fucking
Name of the game.
Don't even get me started. Once siding goes up, or while we're doing siding, we'll do the soffit. Metal roof is here.
Are we doing black tin, like at our house, or
No, we did galvanized. The roof on the front will match. Galvanized looks cool. It's pretty seamless. A little bit of framing inside here for the island. Brandon did call yesterday and said that he wanted a fart fan in here.
fart snatcher?
Yes, fart snatcher. He coined that term. Lots of terms he's coined. So it'll have to go in the wall since this is all exposed. but that's not a problem. They do make wall-mounted fart snatchers. Hopefully next week we'll start on plumbing, and then we've got some gas lines we've got to put in for the stove and the fridge. Is that right? Just the stove and the fridge, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know if we want to run a gas line potentially for a little heater like we have in our house.
Oh, that would be smart.
I mean, we could do that after the fact. That's what we did, off of the fridge one.
That's what I was going to say. We'll probably have a manifold underneath. The nice thing about this house is it sets up quite a bit. I think it's going to set up quite a bit higher than y'all's. So getting underneath
Wow.
this will be...
Ours already sets up high.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
yeah.
That's great.
But there's plenty of space to get in between the floats on these, which is nice. And then as soon as we get plumbing and stuff in, we'll do insulation. Did y'all do spray foam in y'all's house?
We didn't, but we did in the blue bungalow.
Okay,
So,
well,
but
we're not going to do that here just because it's too big of a pain in the
I
ass.
get ours does perfectly fine without it.
Yeah.
We just did the rolls up top. So.
The worst part about it is if you ever need to put anything in after the fact,
Yeah.
you have to destroy the insulation to get it. So
Yeah.
bats are probably the way to go.
You reckon we're still on time for end of April?
We have to be.
Yeah.
We got water coming up.
Yeah, it's coming up. What did Brandon say? About 6 inches
6
a
inches
day.
a day, and we are 20 feet, 30 feet maybe it's got to go up. So yeah, that gives us 40 days. And we're gonna have to tie a rope to the shipping container just in case.
Just in case, yeah. Not a bad idea.
These you'll be able to find, but that shipping container ain't going to come with them. So we'll be really close. So if anybody wants a really sweet lake house, jump off the roof.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, wait till it floats, maybe.
Wait till it floats. Don't jump off right now. That would hurt.
Ouch. While Lowell and Jericho's crews continue making steady progress while working against that ticking lake level clock, Brandon and I are working on making sure we're 2 steps ahead and have all of the major purchases on order and plans in place to get these cabins up and running. And outside of planning out how the house will float, which we've already taken care of, there's no bigger concern than how it will be powered. Unlike with a traditional home where a connection would be made to the public utility grid, folks are generally on their own on our lake as far as power goes on these floating cabins. And so although an off-grid energy source is necessary for these homes rather than just an alternative option, solar-powered generators also just make sense. Not only for those of us out here on the water with an unobstructed view of the sky or for those interested in renewable energy, but also for anyone and everyone who relies on the grid for their power. Because as big storms seem to become more and more common, solar power pulls through when the electrical grid doesn't. We experienced this firsthand this past fall when Hurricane Helene caused millions of homes in western North Carolina to lose power, while our solar generator kept our home powered up as usual. So by both necessity and choice, we're most definitely electing to power these new builds with the sun as well.
All right, everybody, so we're looking at battery systems today. We went with Jackery solar generator with 1,000 watts of solar that's running this generator. Jackery, the reason we went with them, they're kind of like the OG of solar batteries. They were around since the beginning. They've gotten super easy to use. They're not complex. I'm amazed at how easy it is to plug the dang thing up. I didn't even maybe I read the instructions. So we've gone with this Jackery 5000 plus. It's a little over 5,000 watt hours.
Okay, pause. If you are anything like me, and I know that we've got plenty of DIYers, even some proper electricians that follow us that are nothing like me, but if you were like me and the whole electric thing, it just goes over your head, all the terminology. Maybe you're even like, hold on, what even is a solar generator? I got you. I think the easiest way to think about it is like with a gas generator, which you may be familiar with. You know, you pour gasoline into it, kind of just like with your car. The gasoline is like the juice that makes it work. In the same way, a solar generator just powers, it's like an engine that powers whatever it is that you're using. But instead of gasoline, it uses the sun. So the sun is your gasoline. And solar panels, of course, are just your medium to turn that sun into usable energy, into your gasoline. So we have 2 500-watt panels that we're going to be mounting on top of this house. And so although we are going to be using the solar panels and the solar generator from Jackery to power this house completely, I think that a lot of what we're going to be talking about with these products is also going to be applicable for potentially you guys on land who might not have a floating house or an off-grid house. This is still very, very relevant for backup power for a regularly powered house that's, you know, connected to the grid and whatnot. So
So we've gone with this Jackery 5000 plus. It's a little over 5,000 watt hours, and it's like the lightest weight one on the market for its size. And for us being on floating houses, of course, lightest weight always helps because weight is an issue on a floating house. But this little guy is going to power up that whole floating home, and it'll have its 1,000 watts of solar hooked to it on the roof. We've got solar panels. They actually come in a bag and they're portable, and you can charge this thing up, put the solar panels up and put it in your house and go with it. We'll mount those solar panels. The portable solar panels they sell also can be mounted. So we'll talk a little bit about this little guy. It's got the DC plug-in. You can plug in cigarette lighter stuff if you need to charge that way. You're gonna have USB ports, which like right now I'm charging my telephone off this guy. And you have your 110 outlets. Super excited teaming up with Jackery on this. This will be super cool. I have a smaller Jackery, the little portable generator that they have, and I use it with power tools and take it around, and it works really good. So what this thing will do for you, say you're in an emergency outage, you have no power coming in your house, you want to flip on your refrigerator. So I'm just going to take and flip my refrigerator. I'm running it on gas right now. I'm going to switch it over to electric. My power comes on, and then my watts over here, it's cold enough. I'll have to kick the fridge up some for you. All right, so watch. Now I've just kicked my fridge up so that it's actually cooling. It's 420 watts, so that fridge is using 350 watts. So it's saying right now, if you read the screen, it'll run that refrigerator for 10 hours. But what you got to understand on a refrigerator is it doesn't run all the time. Just like when I cut it on, it cuts on and runs and then cuts off. So you're probably going to get 15, 20 hours out of this running your refrigerator with your Wi-Fi without any other input. Now with the solar panels hooked to it, even if it's at 100% battery capacity, it's just going to pass that power through. So if I have 1,000 watts of solar hooked to this, which this unit comes with like a bulk buy package where you can get the 1,000 watts of solar. If I've got that running and my Wi-Fi, all my lights, I'm going to be putting more power into it than I'm using. Jackery is your essential home backup battery system. Like, it's so simple. This comes ready to go, plug and play. So in our houses, we're not connected to the grid. They have a device called the Smart Transfer Switch that you can buy with this unit. That Smart Transfer Switch hooks up wherever your power comes into your house, and when your power shuts off, that transfer switch kicks in. You won't lose your Wi-Fi, anything. It just cuts everything right back on, essentially just running straight off of the unit itself. If you get into thinking about whole home backup systems or essential home backup systems, who needs to run everything in their house when the power goes out? So when you get into the money part and you want to be eco-friendly with the money because power's not out for months on end, this is what you get into instead of buying a whole home backup system. You just buy essential home backup systems, and the essentials, they keep the things going so you can cook, turn your lights on, get on Wi-Fi, do your Instagram and YouTube, and all right. If you have a floating house or maybe in your home, you want to get into an essential backup battery system and get yourself into sustainable. You'll find that in the description in our link here. And I'm sure Sarah will pop something up right above my head you can tap on. So this house, our solar panels will be up on the roof. They'll come down to a conduit, the wiring will, and our Jackery box will be in this hole here. It's actually going to be a kind of a window box that it's going in.
The mini split, you know, the head right here.
So this is actually part of the
Pocket door.
pocket door.
Yeah.
So that gas line that come to that refrigerator actually needs to come out here.
Our little neighbors down there are floating.
What is it?
Those, the green one? Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Anything else you need from me?
I think that's it.
I gotta go drop some anchors.
Cool. Yeah. Well, that lets me know what I need to. There they come. Look at them. Look at them. Mongo's way over there at those other houseboats. Mongo, come on! Watch him run. Mongo!
Sarah agrees with us that he looks like Jed.
He does look like Jed.
Look at all that pollen in the water, y'all. It is springtime. Good girl. You proper wore out? Yeah, you look happy. Need to brush you. You're shedding your winter coat. Look at him. I can't even keep up with him. So many birds. Funny enough, I like brushing Aiko significantly more than she likes being brushed. She tolerates it at best. You're doing good, Miss Bear. But just think, Aiko, all the little birdies are gonna use your fur to make their nest. Look at you. It's not so bad, huh? There's never an end. There's never like a stopping point where there's just simply no more hair. It's more just like, how long will she make it before she's just over it? Wait. I mean, it's gotta feel better. Don't even. It's gotta feel better. Couple things that I'm really looking forward to sharing in next week's video. Couch reveal. We got the new couch. It's in. I'll say nothing else. You'll see it next week. Our first party at the Roundhouse. Yeah, we had a bunch of friends over and kind of pre-gamed for an event, and the event is going to be really, really fun to share too. But again, I don't want to spoil it. So anyways, lots of big fun stuff happening next week. Oh, and of course we will also be sharing more floating cabin build updates next week. So just really enjoying the onset of spring. The trees are finally starting to ever so slightly leaf out, and everything's just starting to look really beautiful. Just feel like I'm coming alive again with the rest of the world, you know what I mean? Little of this, little of that coming, and we can't wait for you guys to be a part of the journey. So we'll see you then.